Hello. Hi, I'm Sajana, and I have a question for you. What is it that you hope for? Do you have a hope that you're holding on to? So, for me, if you've been sort of keeping track of the topics that I've been interested in lately, I've been talking more and more about my hope for the church. The way that's come out is expressing a desire to have conversations about race in the church. You know, my hope is uh, just investigating how we, and even me, how am I loving others as Christ first loved me? Is that happening? Um, when I go into church and I'm learning more about my relationship with God, I'm wondering at the same time about my relationship with others within the church. Within the church, outside the church, at work, at school, how's my relationship with others? I'm wondering how we and I can become more aware of how my relationship with others is Christ like in every way. Is it Christ like in every way? Am I loving others like Christ first loved me? Do I live that out in every way? Because I want to be a follower of Christ in every way. Um, so that question has been gnawing at me for a couple of years now, actually. Um, Not all my life. I haven't been thinking about this, but a couple of years since I became aware that maybe I wasn't as loving as I thought I was. Um, and I it, and now it's sort of adjusted to, hey, what about race? Because I see things and it makes me want to ask questions about them. And so in my learning on this and conversations about this, I thought that I would start a book club kind of where we would people that were interested would come together and talk about the topics that are brought up in the book. That's just a way to begin having conversations about these things. So last night was the first night that we started this book, My Grandmother's Hands. um, Six of us came together last night and had pretty candid conversations just about the introduction and in getting to know one another. It was beautiful. And I'm hopeful that we will continue to have open, honest conversations as we go through this book because it's going to be a doozy. Some of the things that are in here, um, we're inviting one another to journal and to make note of what stirs within us, what stories it reminds us of, and to to consider that as we do our own work in this area. But also, my hope is by doing this is to practice having conversations about race with other people, um, people of all races who want to explore this area because actually each person came for slightly different reasons. So, um, you know, I'm just wanting to be a good, steward of this hope that I have within me, and these opportunities that I've been given to bring people together and to have conversations with one another. So I'm curious, what are your hopes? Is there something that's stirring within you that you've been sort of working on because you have this hope? I'd love to know what it is because I've been delving in this, and I got to tell you, sometimes thinking about this seems daunting and overwhelming, and I start to spiral down and wonder, what are you doing? Who are you to be doing these things and talking about these things? You don't even know, like, all of these questions come up. But it is the hope that I have for the church that propels me forward. Um, this desire to do my part in, you know, bringing these conversations to light. Um, that people would have space and opportunity to hear one another and to become more aware of what God might be inviting us all to in this time. So that's my hope. And sort of all these things have sort of converged together to come to this. And so when I think about all these connections and things that have happened, whether they're people that I've met or resources that I've been given or opportunities that have just sort of showed up, I feel like those give me well, I don't know, gas to like just keep going a little more, a little further. And I want to encourage you in what it is that you're doing as well. Are there connections that you see that help you to just keep going, where you know that this is where you're meant to be for this season? Because I certainly feel this way in regards to these conversations. Now, I don't know where they're all going to lead, but I am hopeful that this will and is contributing um, to this kingdom of God here on earth, um, that I'm a part of. Um, I've been invited to help participate in the shaping of that. I guess that's one way of looking at it. So I just wanted to give an update on, what's been going on with me, and I'm curious as to what's been going on with you. Do you have a hope? I'd love to hear about it. And again, my name is Sajana, and I blog online at sajanashines.com. Thanks.